Hello, people, and welcome to another Fyxshion Radio. This time with Shinja-san.
Hello.
So today we're going to be talking about really cool anime that came out the early this decade. Very early.
It's been a while. It's
Yes.
what is it? The anime came out 2013, no 2011, somewhere around there.
2011, yeah.
So it doesn't feel that old.
It doesn't, no. It's just world.
Yeah.
World. So Shinja, why won't you tell us a little bit about Five Brain? Kami no Puzzle. Love saying that.
So Five Brain, the main plot of it is we have our protagonist Kaito.
Yeah, Kaito.
He is a puzzle-loving maniac, and he loves solving puzzles and taking on challenges. He's a bit of a cocky high school kid,
Yeah.
Stereotypical cool guy, hair, just everything you'd love in your protagonist,
Yeah.
But he loves puzzles, and in this world, puzzles are kind of really popular. You have the puzzle solver, right, which is what Kaito is, and then you have the puzzle master, I think they use different words or a different title for them.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is specifically, but basically they're the ones that design the puzzles. Kaito goes around solving all these puzzles made by the different puzzle makers. But in the beginning of the anime, him and his friend Nonoha, they take on this. I don't want to. It's kind of like a legendary puzzle. They're really old. There's a lot of mystery surrounding it. But once they solve the puzzle, Kaito is rewarded with what is known as a what is it called?
Is that power of the?
I think it's the Phi amulet or something.
Yeah, that thing.
Not an amulet, bracelet.
Yeah, that looks like an owl. That thing.
Yeah.
That thing.
I can't remember what it specifically is called, but basically, this makes him a candidate for to be a Phi Brain, and letting him eventually solve the puzzle of God. Which no one knows what it is, but this amulet unlocks the full potential of his brain and lets him solve puzzles at incredible speeds and stuff.
I think it's called Orpheus or something like that. I looked it up. Orpheus or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what the name of the bracelet was. But yeah, he the bracelet basically unlocks his inner potential, and lets him solve puzzles more.
Although that inner potential, I think he had some kind of a red eye, like the Sharingan, and then that helps him to solve these really hard puzzles and all that.
Yeah. Every time he activates it, you'll see in the anime, the sign of it activating is he'll get a red eye. And,
like Sharingan.
Or not the amulet, the bracelet starts.
Yeah, the bracelet. Yeah.
Gold. It's more like an armband.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of older anime like Yu-Gi-Oh and
yes.
Beyblade, kind of. The characters kind of look like they came straight out of those animes,
Yeah.
And again, it's you take a game and make it super serious. So in this case, like puzzles, it's like, oh yeah, you know, everybody loves puzzles. Puzzles are super normal, and then you make them deadly.
Yes, although these, so this anime in particular, some of these puzzles are really, some of them were inspired. Like, it totally reminded me of Tomb Raider puzzles. Like, really, some of the, like, really hard ones.
Yeah, so when we say puzzles, we're not talking about like, oh, everyone has a Rubik's Cube. Or like, oh, like we're solving Sudoku or whatnot. Like,
none of that.
Like, you're put into a room and like you're trying to like solve a room-sized puzzle, basically.
It's life or death. It's life or death.
Lots of like traps and stuff. Yeah. So in some cases, it's like there is a Sudoku puzzle, but it's like it's a giant room with like stone pillars, and you make one mistake and you will die.
Yeah, literally. Just
so it's Sudoku extreme.
Yes. So yeah, these puzzles make you like there's like parts in the anime that I really got confused. Like, how do I even solve this puzzle? Like, not even me. Like, I know I'm really dumb at puzzles, but this anime will show how dumb we are.
Well, you can't blame yourself. Like, at the beginning, it's kind of like, oh, it's like, okay, I get it. You start to like see like some patterns, and you can try to solve some of the puzzles because you'll get everything from the get-go.
Yeah,
like that's what I like about this anime. Like, it shows you like everything you need to know to solve the puzzle.
Yeah.
So like you're trying kind of like to solve the puzzle before the protagonist does.
Most of the time.
Which, you know, isn't always possible because some of these are kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah, exactly the point.
And like later on, it's kind of like, it's even kind of like pointless. I think they like kind of make it even more ridiculously, like they start involving like math equations and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's like, okay, you know what, I'm checked out.
Yeah, it's like, okay, from solving, like trying to solve with the protagonist, I'm like, I'm gonna back off right now and just let the protagonist do its thing, because I ain't going to solve this shit, because it gets kind of like hard to just solve these kinds of puzzles. I mean, in real life, I mean, although the protagonists also have friends which help, sometimes help him to solve these puzzles. Some of them are trapped in the puzzles.
Yeah, there's always like, you know, a new person shows up and it's like, I'm a better puzzle solver than you.
Yeah.
Showdown, and it's like, oh, actually, no, I'm not. It's literally every like other shonen anime of this kind. It's like, let's have a Yu-Gi-Oh duel, or duel, monster duel, or whatever. It's like, I'm a better monster dueler than you.
Indeed.
No, you're not.
It's that kind of like anime, but at least this one is a little bit older than the Yugi and the Beyblade guys and the kids and all these with the Metabots. Like,
you mean like the characters? Actually,
yeah, exactly. These are teenagers. These are like high schoolers. These are cocky. And most of them are cocky. It's that age of cockiness. And talking about characters, do you remember any one of these guys that you like, Shinja?
Oh man, I don't. To be honest, I don't think I liked anyone. They're all kind of weird, you know. Like different arcs, they introduce different characters, but like for the most part, like everyone they introduced in season 1, or like the first arc, like is there until the end. Like it's basically like the main cast.
Yeah,
Like you're never gonna see like anyone all that important added until like later. So like honestly, like no one impressed me all that much. Like you got, you know, the stereotypical rival. It's I think his name's Gammon.
Yeah, Gammon. Yeah, the red hair guy.
And he's the first guy to challenge Kaito, or one of the first. And like basically like the whole series, he's like trying to prove that he's better than
He
Kaito,
keeps on freaking failing.
Yeah, and that's what makes him unlikable in a way. It's like you're never gonna be good. He's not even like, you know, you got Vegeta and Goku, you know. It's like Vegeta, you know, he's never gonna be as good as Goku, but he has his moments where you're like, oh man, I can respect Vegeta. He's a good father. He's actually surpassed Goku at times. He pushes Goku. This dude doesn't do any of that.
Yeah, he just keeps on failing. Like
he's just there to like literally just prove that like fucking sucks. It's like you know, like Kaito doesn't even like recognize him most of the time. It's just kind of like, okay, you fail, it's my turn. Like,
yeah, because
I'm exaggerating a little bit.
No,
but
it's because there's like these really hard puzzles that he just tries to be that good. He tries and then he fails, and then Kaito needs to save his ass.
I think there's like one episode where like he like actually he's about to fail, and then he's like, wait, no, I can do this, and he succeeds, and it's like, oh, okay, you're not completely useless.
Yeah, I think there was like at least one or two, but I don't think.
And then you got Robot Kid, which he's like super smart and got a robot buddy, and he's like the Tails of the series, like, you know, Sonic.
Oh yeah,
like Kaito's Sonic, and this is Tails. Like, he's okay. He's like he doesn't really add anything to the story other than like he builds stuff.
Yeah,
he analyzes.
Oh yeah, but he at least helps. Not like Gamon. Like he's just...
No, that is true. He does help. He's actually more
help.
useful.
So this other guy called Rook Banjo. I don't know if you remember. He's with the gray hair or white hair or whatever.
He's the main antagonist.
Yeah, he's the main antagonist. Even though he's been like in a couple of episodes teaming up or something. I don't remember. I'm like trying, but I think there was at least one time that they actually collab.
They kind of have him like show up, kind of like you don't know whether he's good or bad.
Oh yeah,
he's like, yeah, I'm me, Rook, and then later on it's like, Kono Dio da.
Yeah, exactly. He just betrays the team like out of nowhere.
But it changes a lot. But yeah, the whole series kind of revolves around Kaito and Rook.
Yeah.
Now you don't see Rook until like halfway through Arc 2.
Oh yeah.
And then through Arc 3, but it's basically like they're the two chosen ones, the two smart boys.
Oh yes, because Rook also has that eye thing and the Orpheus power.
Yeah, he has like a legitimate one.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Unlike Kaito. So we see sometimes that bracelet thing or the owl thing that is in their arm break, and then you just get a new one out of nowhere.
No, so it's so this is where it gets complicated.
Yeah.
So you have the armbands, right?
Yeah,
and then the
armband.
ones that Rook and Kaito have are legitimate ones.
Yeah.
So and they enhance their brain and stuff. But
Yeah.
later on, it like turns out like, oh, the armband kind of sucks your emotions out. Like
Yeah.
you solve puzzles really well, but you lose your humanity in a way, which is it was really weird turn. Like, wait, so there's this cool thing, but you're telling me the cool thing is bad. And so so later on he breaks it, he becomes free of it, but then he like his eyes, instead of turning red, they turn blue. So that's how you know he's able to access the power of the Phi brain, but not lose his emotions.
Yeah.
And then they introduced the silver armbands.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
they're fake ones.
Yeah, the fake ones.
And they give them to everyone.
And they break. And they break.
Yeah, well, because they do the exact same thing as the real ones, but like they don't increase. They're not as good, I guess. So like even with them, they can't beat Kaito.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, holy fucking shit, like what am I gonna do now, and blah blah blah. And what's his name? Oh, like red hair guy, Gammon.
Yeah, Gammon.
So he gets one, and this is the only time he proves himself useful, because he gets one and he makes it into a real one with some stupid like logic. I don't know. It's like, oh man, like you're chosen now. And then after he gets it, he breaks free from it later, but he gets in some shit, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, they're all children of the Phi, is what they're called later on.
Yes.
Because they're all candidates for being the Phi brain. But we all know that because Kaito's the protagonist, he's gonna be the Phi brain.
Yes, of course. So there's this other character I see here. Like, I do remember him, but I do not remember what he does in the series. His name is Soji Ikukawa or something like that. Yeah. He's with the brown hair. He also has that red eye thing and this fire brain, whatever. He's in the team.
Right. He so he was a so they're the puzzle makers, or called givers, actually.
Correct. Yeah.
But he's basically like one of them. One of the. This plot gets so convoluted. we skipped a lot. So there's this organization called Puzzle of God.
Yeah.
We talked about them earlier. And so the Puzzle of God is trying to unlock the Phi brain. And they're being run by gray-haired man. I forget his name already. Rook.
Rook, yeah.
The whole place being run by Rook. So he's one of them. But he's basically part of the group, but he never reveals that he's part of the Puzzle of God until like later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he basically like helps the group like move forward and gives them information and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Like yeah, this is I think they're this group is at the same school.
Yeah, they're all in the same school, and it's supposed to be a school for really smart puzzle solving people. Like everyone there like is involved in puzzles in some ways. Like puzzles in this anime is like normal life. Like everyone is like does puzzles in like some manner.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like the elite of the elite solve puzzles.
Yeah, and
difficult puzzles.
And of course, there was like a series of time that they weren't even going to school anymore.
Yeah, no,
It's just completely washed out and just like concentrate on the puzzles after puzzle after puzzle.
It's revealed later on like the teachers are in it, I think as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh yeah, you guys, you don't have to show up to class. It's like, okay.
Man, this anime. Looking back.
Like, looking back at it, it's kind of like, man, they got away with a lot of shit.
Yeah,
I get it. It's an entertaining show to watch.
Oh, yes, it
honestly.
is.
It's very entertaining, especially like the puzzle aspect is entertaining, but it's kind of just like one of those like, oh yeah, you know, like the adults just leave everything in the hands of the kids, and it's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Typical Mega Man type of thing, right?
Basically, yeah. Every adult is incompetent.
But kids can do the work.
Yeah. Kids save the world, literally.
Yeah. So basically all these puzzles, well, mostly all these puzzles are life and death. They're really based on, let's see, I don't want to say inspired by I don't know, these puzzle games like Tomb Raider, because there's a lot of, you know,
it's very different.
Yeah, it's very different.
Like at the beginning, like the very first puzzle they show is like one where they're running through like a temple looking place, and then like,
that was totally Tomb Raider-ish.
Yeah, Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones.
Totally, yeah.
But like later on, like I said, it's literally like one's like, oh, you're playing Sudoku, but like bigger and in a hologram. Yeah. And there's one like the final puzzle of the anime is like really weird. It's like in the sky and was like glass or something. I can't remember. It was like super weird, and it was also anticlimactic because it was like oh, this puzzle has no end because the ultimate puzzle is you're stuck in an infinite loop. And I'm like,
I do remember that shit. Damn,
I was like,
yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. This anime has 3 seasons straight. This anime never stops showing up because ever since the season 1 ended, then the next one came out like in the next month or something.
Yeah, no, like I'm glad that the anime ended, like but it was just it was weird because like it was a roller coaster of emotions. Because like again, it was like, oh man, the amulet's cool, but it's like, no, the amulet's bad.
Yeah.
Or the armband or whatever.
Yeah, whatever, the Orpheus or whatever.
And then it's like, oh man, like puzzles are good, puzzles are bad. No, the creators are bad. No, the creators are just sad.
Yes,
it's like
it's yeah, weird. But I really do love the puzzles in this game, in this anime, just because it's even challenging, you know, just thinking about it, and like, you know, feeling like we all know that they were never going to die.
Yeah, no, no one.
Even though the all these puzzles were mortal, like you do something bad, you're dead. But no, of course, it's
well, it's a kids anime.
It's a kids anime,
and it's very core. Like no one ever dies. Everything's kind of happy in the end. And you know, later episodes get stupid because it's like every puzzle before like the last season or whatever, like, oh, it's solvable, you know, so you could try to solve it at home. But literally the last few puzzles are like they have no ending because they're incomplete puzzles,
right?
So you can't solve them, but because of the power of friendship or some other bullshit, like it's like, I completed the puzzle for you, I can now solve it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
that kind of crap.
Yeah. So I really do fully recommend this anime if you like, puzzle games,
Yeah.
type of adventure anime, because this whole anime is all just adventure, going puzzle after puzzle after
I know it sounds
place.
like we've been shitting on it a lot, but it's
Yeah.
actually genuinely fun to watch.
It is fun to watch. It's it's funny in a way where when we think it right now, because back in 2011 we were how old were we?
2011. Oh jeez.
Damn, it's
I was like 16.
I was like 18 or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were still like pretty young. But yeah, these characters, they were kind of like what we wanted to be, and like our teenagers, like, yeah, real cool, edgy, serious, smart.
But now we look at it, we're like, okay, it's still a good anime, but
I'm more curious about the video game that came out for it. There's a PSP
yeah,
game.
PSP game. Yeah, I see it right here. Like, I'm here, like,
I think that would be really fun to play.
It will feel very dumb, like right now, like.
Well, it's like another like anime game that I liked that was like puzzle related. What was it called? I can't remember, but like the prequel to it was 999. It was like 9 doors, 9 something, 9 other thing. So I can't remember the name of the game, but it was another puzzle game. So I feel like it would be the same. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Oh, Zero Escape. There's the one.
Zero Escape. Okay, yeah, I do remember that one.
So if you like Zero Escape, I think that like Five Brain, like the game, might be entertaining as well.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, let's see, cause I'm really dumb at puzzle, man. It's when I saw this in 2011, like I was like, okay, let's just watch this anime that came out. I think you just watched it too. Like, no one recommended to you, right?
Yeah, no, it was on Crunchyroll. It was like there. Yeah, it's so funny. I know I was talking about Sudoku quite a bit, but like one of the images I found while looking for Five Brain game is a Sudoku image of the game. So yeah, you'll play Sudoku in there.
Nice.
And there's some other stuff in here too. Oh,
the anime puts puzzles that we know in real life, but they are bigger with life and death and things, even though they never die or there's no stakes. I
mean, there's stakes, but
well, yeah, but like... we all know that they're not gonna die.
That's probably the only like upsetting thing. It's like,
yeah, of course.
After like a few seasons, it's like, yeah, but nothing's gonna happen. Like, it's like, oh shit, we've never seen like a puzzle like this before. It's like, yeah, but you're gonna solve it. Like you always do.
Even though the protagonist also has some struggles, solving these, it's still realistic in that aspect. But we still, in the end, that he is going to.
A lot of the struggles are like emotional.
Oh yeah, totally emotional.
Like I think there was one time where Kaito actually lost, but like it was all kind of like he was having an emotional inner struggle beforehand, and so it's kind of like the normal formula, like, oh, he's the best. But then he finds out maybe he's not the best because of some other shit, blah, blah, blah. And then he discovers himself again. And then literally next challenge, he's better than everyone again.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's how do I put it? It's an enjoyable anime to watch.
It is, yeah. This is what we're talking about. It. So if you guys skip this one or never heard of this, because I don't, this anime ain't that, you know, famous as the we previously have been talking about. But yeah, just give this one a chance. Watch the 3 season. It's 75 episodes in total.
Yeah, I think the first season is definitely the strongest.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, and the 3rd season is where things get like, what?
Yeah, it gets puzzle of God. It's just way beyond. Like, it's what do these people smoke? So, anyways, so yeah, guys, fully recommend this anime. Just give it a chance. So yeah, guys, please don't forget to favorite, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. This has been Punky.
And this has been Shinja.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.